Oh, it's already fucking recording.
Oh.
It's fine. It's okay.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome, chismosas y chismosas.
And welcome back to SipYChisme. And this is episode 16. We're almost to 20. We're almost to 20. But before we get into the video, like always, grab your drinks, grab your snacks, grab your cup, grab your whatever, grab your this, grab your that, grab this, and that, and who, and whom, and na. Grab it all. We're gonna have a good conversation. So let's cheers with the pretty good cups to a good conversation. Period.
So good. It's so good.
So today we are getting into a little, I don't know how to say it, like I want to say it's creepy, but it's weird. But it's creepy and weird.
Weird, creepy.
Yeah. We're gonna get into some conspiracy theories.
If you didn't hear that. Conspiracy theories. And
we're gonna
stories.
and stories. And a little bit of story time. A little, just a little
bit.
story time. Just to see if y'all like it. And if y'all don't, then let us know.
You want to start off with your conspiracy?
I'll start off. We'll start off strong. Cause this one I want to talk about. I want to talk about it. And it is the one about.
No.
I just saw it.
No.
Trent, what are you doing? Okay. Because I didn't know it was like, I mean, I know what conspiracy theories are, but I never understand the concept of a conspiracy theory.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess a conspiracy theory is more of like a rumor. Technically,
It is.
it's like a rumor with like
a group of people that believe the same thing.
So cult.
It has to be, no. It has to be more than two people that believe in the same thing. So basically, it's like,
So if I say blue is red,
and someone else believes
and
in it,
5 other people are like, yeah, blue is red.
it's a conspiracy. It's not proven that it's 100% true. But if you believe it, you believe it.
But certain conspiracy theories have some type of proof behind it, right? That's what makes them conspiracy theories.
You find the proof, yeah.
Like there's some type of like a leeway of like it's not a full path to destination, but it's like it's there, it's possible.
Yeah.
So mine is like us lying on the moon.
Oh my god, yeah.
I don't think it's real.
I don't either.
And I believe, there's a lot of, come on, Katy Perry, went to the moon. You kidding me? I don't think that shit real. You telling me you saying random people to the moon?
When we ain't got money?
No, like to the moon just for a small trip.
No, because doesn't it take
They did.
years in the earth? It takes, for them, it takes years, right? Or it's the other way around. It takes minutes for them, and for us it takes years. I don't know if that's the way that it goes, that if they're up there for 5 years in the earth, then it's like 10 months for them up in space.
I don't know. I'm not sure. You could be right though.
But that's what I'm saying. If they went to the fucking moon, it would have been more than a day. It would have been like a year of them being there.
I mean, cause look, the people that actually go to the moon, some people that actually go into space, they out there for months, years. You're telling me now we have a ride that we have like a ticket ride that you can get on a little tiny rocket or whatever the fuck they got into.
Got an Amtrak. 3 days for what?
To get
From Earth to Moon and Moon to Earth.
Well, apparently they didn't go to the moon. Apparently they just went to space. That's it. They just went to space. But I'm like, you're telling me now that we have a ticket ride that anyone can buy, that you're gonna go on this little tiny spaceship or whatever, fly up, float around, and come back down? Like, you telling me we got money like that?
Even saying that the windows were very small.
Not even that. They're suits. They're fucking suits. They're not in a real rocket ship. They weren't in a real full-on rocket ship. And you're telling me that they barely had, they had these skinny, tiny suits that make them look cute to go to space? Yeah, no girl.
Yeah,
like,
no.
that shit was fake as fuck. And the people that walked on the moon, fake as shit.
They said it was a vacuum that moved.
I believe it was fake. I believe they had a whole green screen in the back, and I believe they had IA probably back then too, and they were just creating it, and they made the shit look real.
Yeah.
IA is so real now, and IA has been around for years. And you telling me that shit was real? Yeah, no thank you. I'm pretty sure they could get a rocket, because you can get a plane over the clouds. I'm pretty sure you can get a motherfucking rocket over the clouds as well that did the same fucking shit, maybe a little bit more higher, and they drop back down. I don't think they actually fully went to the moon.
It's like how they say that the moon is flat or the moon is round. Which one do you believe?
My question is how
See, I'm still stuck on the earth being flat and the earth being round.
You can't walk on the earth, so how can you walk on the moon? Wouldn't you fall in the moon?
No, that's another thing with the moon. Because they're like, how the fuck on earth you go into earth?
Mm-hmm.
That's what she was just saying.
Yeah, but with the moon, you just land on top of that bitch.
Exactly.
Why there's no end? Like,
Yeah.
Not in, but
when when the fact the moon comes from.
Not only that, how do you know all the other planets we have around us don't do the same thing as ours?
Exactly.
What's
Like,
so
how do we
different-
not
what's so
know?
different
Because
about ours
when
to
they
theirs?
go in, when they're about to like land, it just kind of expands like the vision. Your vision kind of expands on it.
Yeah, but you're like on a round surface though. You're like on like a round. That's why people say that the earth is flat, because you go into the earth. And on the moon's round because you land on top of that bitch.
Got a point
Conspiracy
there.
theory.
Personally, I believe the Earth is round. And the only reason I say that is because of all the other planets we have. But I'm so convinced all the planets around us
Or do the same thing.
have living things. Maybe not us, but they have something.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure with all the other planets they go in.
Which planet was it that like quote unquote disappeared?
Disappeared.
Pluto, wasn't it?
Yeah, so what the fuck happened to Pluto? Did it just everything evaporate that was on it? In it?
I don't know, but
That's
That's
crazy.
one.
That's a crazy conspiracy.
Does it have to
What
do with
y'all
the
think?
government?
What y'all think below what that is? What do y'all think that we actually walked on the moon? Not we, but people, actual human beings that live on Earth. Do y'all think that we actually walked on the damn moon? Do y'all think we actually even gone to space? Because don't get me wrong. They say we have satellites in space. They say we have all that. That's why we're able to see so much and all that. Okay, cool. But like, do we? Like, do we really?
I don't think so.
I mean, I know we have towers. We have towers that, being off of things.
How would we have that out? How would
But
it be there? How would it have gotten there? How is there a satellite?
apparently, it's this big ass ship. It's this big ass thing because it's huge, apparently. And he wants juice. Here.
And children are a conspiracy.
Huh?
Children are a conspiracy.
Of what? Being small humans?
Small demons.
Some what?
Small demons.
That come out of women's hoo-has.
Mother Nature.
I've never heard of that shit.
I just funny. No, so the other conspiracy that I had saw was the whole Mandela effect. Like, do you believe in the whole Mandela effect?
See, but that ties hands with the government controlling us. Cause what if it's not real?
So I remember in high school, no, it was middle school, I think, or high school. We had a book that it talked about Nelson Mandela dying in prison in like the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
The 90s were like the, I don't remember if it was the 90s, but it had proof of him dying in prison. And we went through like a whole history class of him. He died, and it even said Nelson Mandela died in prison, and showed like his whole history.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe a few years later, boom, he just died as the president, I think, of South Africa or North Africa or something like that. And then that's when everything changed.
Well, I don't know.
Like, everything changed. So much stuff changed. Little things that people wouldn't have noticed, like Curious George not having a tail. I remember him having a tail, but it never happened. Like the Monopoly Man having a little I forgot what it's called, but
the little eyeglass.
Yeah, he never had it. It never exists. That never existed. He never had it. It's not on any Monopoly stuff. It's not. You can search it up on the internet. It never existed.
I swear that motherfucker did.
I swear to God, that motherfucker did too.
He never had it. He never, ever had it. There is no stencil in the world on Google that you can find that he had it. Just like Bernstein Bears and Bernstein Bears.
Bernstein.
I remember it Bernstein Bears. Not Bernstein. Then there's other ones that are like the Fruit Loops. Do you remember as Fruit Loops or Fruity Loops?
Oh, they're Fruit Loops. No, are you talking about Fruit as a Loop?
No, they're fucking Fruit Loops. I swear to God.
But it's spelled different because they said that for Fruit Loops, it used to actually be spelled fruit.
It was like fruit, like Fruit. No, it was never spelled that way, ever. It never existed in that way. It's always been. That is not real.
It says here,
someone made it up.
Common perception that rich Uncle Pennybags, the Monopoly Man. Oh, that's so funny. I didn't realize that was his name.
So for Fruit
Where's
Loops,
a molecule is actually a false memory.
Yeah, that's what they say. Like they'll tell you it's fake. Same with like the Fruit Loops and like the what's the other ones? Like Kit Kat, that it had a little dash in it, but it didn't have the dash in it. It never existed that it had the dash in it. Like it's little stuff like that, like Chick-fil-A. Like Chick-fil-A was actually spelled Chick. I remember it spelled like that, but in reality, it never had the fucking C in it. It was spelled, you know, certain. It was spelled like the Chick.
I mean, I don't know. They could be fucking with
the
it.
Pringles Man, I also remember him having an eyeglass too.
He doesn't have one.
I know. He's part of the Mandela effect as well.
Yes, even as in movies. There's even movies like there's a movie for Harry Potter. That there is a scene where he is in what's his name? What's his fucking name? I have his name on the tip of my fucking tongue.
Describe him.
Voldemort?
No, the main guy. Hufflepuff. No, the beard. No, the main guy. Dumbledore.
That's his
He was
name.
in Dumbledore's fucking
Office.
office, and it showed a complete different scene from that. He's literally looking up at the bird at the phoenix before the phoenix like literally perishes. And then there was another scene that he looks inside of a glass bowl, and he sees Malfoy at the window. That never existed.
Yep.
It was like, wait, what? So which one? Which like?
Wait,
was
what never existed?
the one him seeing Malfoy walking by the window?
Yeah,
But I remember him. I remember Malfoy sneaking around, and that's how he got in trouble in the first place. That's how Harry Potter got in trouble, because Malfoy said something to his dad, and his dad went to Dumbledore, and it like kind of like went that way. That's what I mean. Like, there is conspiracy theories on certain type of movies, or like for the movie, like we figured it out finally. They actually changed it because kids were doing this. But it's like the Stitch movie. The Stitch movie, he was going and she was actually into a dryer, but they changed it into a pizza box. I thought that was a Mandela effect until I found out they actually did it because kids were actually dying because they actually went inside there and suffocated because they couldn't open it. So I didn't know that that's the reason why until I searched it up later on, because I thought it was going crazy. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, no, it actually is that. Yeah, that one for sure.
So that one is not a Mandela effect, but it's just like, okay, that's that one. But it's like, there is certain movies that have different endings that you're just like, wait, what? Hold on. Like, where did that come from? There's certain, like, I don't know. There's certain things that you remember names.
But then that goes into the fucking people saying that the United States, or the government, flies over with the plane and shoots out stuff.
Yeah, and I think
into all like the farmland and everything that grows, like crops and stuff.
that's the other conspiracy that I had found, that was the mind control experiment by the CIA.
Where like they're putting poison or whatever into our foods that grow, like our produce or whatever.
Well, according to an article that I ended up finding, is that they did actually use this in the Cold War for victims with the mental patients, drug users, and prisoners. They did use this back in the 1970s, and it was the LSD. Actually, it was between 1950s and the 1970s, and it was LSD that was given from the CIA to those patients.
See, that's what I'm telling you. They're like,
yeah, but then it's terminated.
But like, if they're able to do that back then,
what makes you think that it's not possible
happening now, especially with the technology and the way things are now?
It's like when Coca-Cola put real Coke inside of their Coca-Cola. Or when Coca-Cola
and somehow it's still like crack.
And how, in reality, nobody really like knows this, that when Coca-Cola actually stole ingredients from Pepsi. Because Pepsi was the first one to come out with dark soda like that.
Yeah,
and
but wasn't Dr. Pepper like one of the top?
Dr. Pepper did not come out until after Coca-Cola. Sorry, Dr. Pepper did not come out until after Pepsi came out. So Pepsi was first. Pepsi was the #1 soda, and then it came out with that one.
And then Dr. Pepper, and then technically Coke came after that one.
Coke came out maybe about 10 years later, which people don't realize, because everybody's like, no, it was Pepsi Cola. Yes, it was Pepsi Cola. But when Coca-Cola made their Coke, they took that cola away from Pepsi Cola, and Pepsi turned into Pepsi. Especially with the whole thing of that Coca-Cola was putting Coke inside their Coke, so people can like.
So they didn't want to be a part of that.
Yeah, they didn't want to be a part of it. That's why they have different makings of it. You know, Coke has different.
That's why like the bottle ones taste different than the can ones. The can ones taste different than certain bottle ones.
Yeah, because if you, okay, this is very off topic, but if you ever get a soda and you want something that is like 100% the soda from the sugar cane itself, always get it from the glass. Always.
Glass bottle.
Because if you get it from the bottle, like the regular plastic bottle, that is all syrup. No, sorry, that's not syrup. That's the one that is no, it is syrup. It's syrup and sugar cane mixed. The can one is completely syrup. Completely syrup. And that's why they get like that little mold at the bottom when you leave it open. If you leave like a soda open, it gets that like mold ring at the bottom. Well, that's the reason why, because it has the syrup. So, yeah, it's kind of nasty. But
you know,
Yeah, now you know.
But like the conspiracy theory of like the planes flying over and like shooting like the dust and, or whatever they're calling, like spraying something. Like it looks like they're spraying something, but then to other people it's just like the gas or like the.
Or it looks like clouds.
Yeah.
The clouds that don't look like clouds, but they kind of look like clouds. Those are, I feel like that's when they're throwing away, like they're throwing that gas or that smell.
Well, apparently there's a factory that's like far away that just throws fake
or when
clouds
it's in our
out.
water. We shower with a watering system that is given to us by the government that we pay for.
Yeah, and probably that's why sometimes our showers smell nasty. Because it's like in our bodies, like it's going through our bloodstream, like our pores.
You do that? No, sir. Yeah. Yeah, no. That one's insane. So, do you have any other conspiracy that you can think of?
Big events, like big major events, like for example, like the Titanic and 9/11 and all of, like those conspiracy theories are more just like, were they planned? Like, do you think they were planned? Are people that are being told like, oh, these people did it and that people did it, are just being targeted when in reality we did it to ourselves?
So we're not allowed to really say it on YouTube because we don't want to get shadow banned, but I do personally think that the whole Twin Tower situation was caused by our government and by our president. I feel like they did that so they can start a war, especially with the president that we had at that time. I feel like they were more of, I guess, they were trying to
Like self-sabotage?
not self-sabotage, but more of, what's going on?
Hey! What's wrong? No, don't do that. No, come here.
Real life footage here. No, but I feel like that was all made so us as, how can I say it, civilians, Jesus, couldn't even speak. There you go, the government's already fucking my head. No, civilians couldn't, basically like, I feel like they did that to scare people, to scare the civilians.
Yeah, and that's another one. That way we don't know. That way we don't get in too much into like the big events and stuff like that, but we don't want to get in trouble. But do you think that the government sends out like aliens and things like that just to scare like civilians and be like, oh, we got it, we're the best,
Stop it.
we're the best in everything, and we're gonna attack it, or we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that, and in reality everything's fake?
Okay, here's my conspiracy to that. I think we have a few more minutes before it's, okay, so what I think on that topic is that the aliens are really personally showing themselves. When we see like UFOs and when we see stuff that we're not supposed to see, or see things that we're not familiar with, I feel like we do, how can I say it? I feel like they are real. I feel like they are being shown to us. Excuse you, sir. I do feel like they're being shown to us for a reason. Give us 1 minute. 1 second.
Hush. There you go.
What is going on, Bubba?
She's sleepy. Nap time.
So, again, like I was explaining, that I feel like when it comes to the aliens and... Baby, can you take that from him? Or not take it, just bring him over here.
Sure.
Come here. He's gonna run from you. Okay, so back to what I was saying. What I was trying to say was basically that I feel like the aliens do show themselves. They do, like when we see the UFOs and we see all of that, I really do think it's them showing themselves. And the United States, because the aliens and whatever is trying to show themselves, I feel like the United States attacks it and takes care of it. So they can be scared of it. In reality, what if they're trying to warn us because they've already seen
what happened
in the past, or
the future,
the future, and they're from the past trying to warn us that, hey, this is gonna be all fucked.
Yeah.
If you guys continue. And because they don't want it to be out, they do the Area 51 and take the motherfuckers.
That shit, like, no, don't turn over.
Or they just do mind control and they take over them, and then another ship comes, or another UFO comes, or another aliens come because they're trying to get their family back. Because the United States is holding them hostage. Fucking crazy.
Yeah, no, it's just mind blowing.
It's crazy.
There are so many conspiracy theories that are just like, what?
Okay,
Like,
I have the best conspiracy theory that it has to do with ghosts.
No, we're not gonna.
okay, go ahead.
Okay, all right. This will probably be our last conspiracy for this video. But what if, you know how people go ghost hunting, and I heard this on another video, but they didn't go into detail about it. No! Come here. Come and sit down with me. Come sit down with me. Come and sit down. We're gonna talk about our last conspiracy.
Okay, go ahead.
Last conspiracy. So, what if when people go ghost hunting, they're not talking to ghosts. They're talking to either the future or past self. And that's why it either sounds familiar or we can hear it because it's ourselves. Even like when we see a shadow, when we hear footsteps.
Don't do that. Well, you do it. You do it. But you do it.
He said I didn't.
You do it. But you do it. You did do that. Yes.
He's full on.
We're gonna go ahead and end it here. We'll talk more about the conspiracy in another video.
If you guys want more conspiracy theories, comment down below and we'll talk about more. If you guys want to get into more or whatever, if you guys have some, comment down below. We would like to read you guys as well, and see what you guys know. Because like I said, there's a lot out there. There's a lot of crazy ones. There are a lot of mind-blowing ones. So yeah, if you know one and we didn't say it, put it down below so everyone else can see it as well. But yeah, we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye.